Good evening, folks, and welcome. And let's make sure I turn that off. Oops. Right. Right, let's get back onto the PYE Record Maker and get done what we can. And yeah, absolutely. Right. There we go. Get this thing, see if we can get it to work. Oh, forgive me, folks, fella. Oh, I fell asleep in my chair, folks. I woke up about 5-10 minutes ago or something. Anyway, let's see. So what we're going to do, we're going to change out. No sooner I start bloody filming, you start whinging. Piss off. Right, what we're going to do, he's been fed, he's been out and everything else. As soon as I come on with my video, he starts. Not putting up with it. Anyway. What we want to do is get these caps here changed. I think we'll do this one first. Because, why? Well, because it's easier. So what we'll do, we'll get this one off. Get some new ones in. That's loose. That is loosey goosey, folks. Take this all the way out for now. There we go. Put the bolt together. Is that there because it'll be going, so we can use this for putting them in. Right. Yeah, we've got wires on the bottom of that as well. I'm not sure. Are we? I think there might be a wire on the bottom of that. So what we'll do, we'll clip slide the handle back on my pliers, wire cutters even. That's one. Two. 3, and that resistor. 4. Wow. I'm sure there's wires on the bottom of it because it's, yep, there's 3 wires on the bottom of it. Either that or 2. Yeah, 3. There we go. What value is this? 16 UF at 450 volts. Can is negative, yeah. So let's measure this and see what the value actually is. Now it's off the unit. Put it on the 20 scale. See what we get. 18. That's not too bad. And 16, 17. That's actually not too bad, that, folks. So yeah, that could have been left in, but it's going up. So, and it, well, actually, it looks a bit cruddy. So. Yeah, so we'll replace them. Right. Get me a packet of wire jumpers out because you never know. What I need is my high voltage caps, which are here, here, yeah. Alright, let's change cameras and see if we can broaden the horizons. Right, you can see what I'm doing. There we go. But you can't really see. I can see what I'm doing here actually, and I think you might be able to actually, so let's see. Right. So let's get 2. I normally put 22s in, don't I? Let's pop a couple of those out. Break a couple of those. I've got a couple here. What are these ones? 22 at 400. 22 at 450. I could put 400s in because there's no way that's going to see 400. No way. But as I've got the right ones at rated at 450. See, it says 450 volts. This is a Hunt's. It says 450. I've got 450. Yeah, I could put those two in. I've got them rated at 450, so I might as well put the 450s in. What I've got, I might as well do it. So, you know. These are the negatives. Now where does this one go? These are all the grounds. And that one is fed through that hole there. We'll do them in a minute. We'll just... Yeah, that one is fed through there. There it is. There we go. They all go together. There we go. That goes onto that bus bar. So if I just clip that for a second, just clip that there, and slide that back down there. That gives us plenty of spot onto there. And that's just tied there, that's not a problem, it's just a bit of lacing. We'll clip them to make them a bit neater, because I'm not going to undo them, but clip them ends off. It makes it just neatens everything up. There we go. Let's prepare our capacitors as are normal. Take there we go. Whoops, wrong way. I'll just clip that because we don't need any more than that. Right, where's me solder? Solder, solder, solder. Where are you, solder? Solder. Where's me goddamn solder? Put them in there. There we go. There we go. We're now in business. We've got the solder. Who's that? Oh, good evening, Chris. I'll just come and say a quick hello. I'm on the PYE Record Maker. Yeah, it is, isn't it? I mean, yeah, I might look for areas where I can improve and reroute stuff and make it look a bit tidier. But it is a bit naff, isn't it? I mean, you would have thought you'd expect more. You know, you would have expected better things from Pi, wouldn't you? No, 1956. 1956, according to the other smoothing, the other multi-can cap. 1956, Chris. This was made. The person I bought it off at Goldborn said that it had been worked on. It had. There are some capacitors that have been replaced, but it didn't work. So whoever replaced them couldn't get it to work for some reason. But it certainly didn't work. But I'm just replacing the usual suspects. You know, I'm just replacing the usual suspects. And then I'll look at the circuit and see what's been disturbed and rectify as necessary. I think that's the way to go, to keep the iron clean. Remember. Bear with me, folks, my phone's ringing, it could be important. I'll be back in a minute. Yeah, that was my friend from round the corner. That was my friend from round the corner. He's not very well at the moment, and it was the guy who bought me that scope, and yeah, he's just popping around to drop some spare keys off with me apparently, because he's got to go to the hospital tonight. So there we go, that was the gist of that. Very good friend. There we go. Yeah, oh, that's lovely. That. Do you know something? When I'm holding a when I'm holding a soldering iron, I've got fingers like a surgeon. But I don't declare to be the best solderer in the world. Certainly not. Where's me curly whirly pliers? Are they here? Everything for capacitor changing should be out because I've put nothing away, because you all know me, I can't be bothered, I'm messy. I'll come over to the chat in a second. I'll just prepare this and see where we go. I don't want to move it away from you actually, but yeah, it's right. So I am working. In fact, Waldo, I'll go to the other camera, because let's go to. That's better. I can zoom in a bit as well, give you a better view. There we go. Give you a better view of what's happening. And that means I don't have to sort of get into funny working positions. I can stay where I am. So these are negative. This is negative, this one. So we'll put our hook in there for that one. And it doesn't matter which one of these I use. I can use either one of these to put one wire on, and the rest of the wires and that resistor go to the other one. Because they're both to the same value, it doesn't really matter. And I'm going to make them a bit bigger, the hook's a bit bigger on one side to get all the wires through. There we go. And I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to, yeah, it's, I understand what Chris says about this. It is a bit ramshackly, isn't it? But what we can do, we can pop our new capacitors into there, and that actually saves making. I could have even undone that and restuffed it, but you know, I'm not a restuffer. Will that still fit that bolt? Ooh, it's a bit touch and go. What I might do, see if it does, see if it still fits. Put that in through there with the screw so I can tighten it easier. Yeah. So if we just, because I widened this a bit, so if we just, there we go. But we don't crush the capacitors. But I did actually widen it to get that out because it was a bit stuck in it, been there all them years. Yeah. That's it. I'm not going to do them too tight because I don't want to crush them. We'll bring that one down here. We've got enough wire. Feed that one back through there for negative. That's negative wire. Then what we'll do, we'll Stanley knife. I'll need to use a tag strip for this one here. And yay. But there's a bit of work to do on this. I mean, it is a bit of a ramshackle affair, to be honest. I mean, PYE could have done things a bit better, I think, given the reputation they had back in the day. I suppose they probably didn't think that people were going to see inside for a good while anyway. So, you know, it's the outside appearances that matter, isn't it, in most cases, but anyway, never mind. We shall, there we go. Let's solder all the negatives on. Get the old iron, get a dab in there. This tip's beginning to rot. I'm going to put a new one on in the next few days. I asked Steve to pick this up at CPC and they never had any. Mind you, it's just as well they didn't. I've got 3 brand new ones in my drawer that he got me. I forgot they were there. Actually came across them, so I'm glad they did. I'm glad they never had any, because I would have ended up buying 3 tips I didn't need. They're always handy to have them in, however, but you know. Right. Yeah, we're in. And I can tuck that down there out of the way, because it goes to ground anyway, so that's a nice neat job. Neater. Right. Now this one here, we're going to have to, this one, right, we connect just have a look at the top of this, because one of them went further than the other two. Just make sure we get it right. That goes to there, doesn't go to there, but that one goes, so you can look at the way they were cut. And yeah, that one and move all them. That goes to there. That's okay. So what we'll do, we'll just snip a little bit of that off, and the handle keeps sliding off my pliers. Get a bit threadbare these handles on these cutters now. Don't know where that went, but no worries. And this was the one with the wider hole I made to accommodate. Now it's these two here. Oh, hang on. This one here The only thing that confuses me when you've got all the wires the same colour, you've taken, so you've got one going down there and one going here. Now, it's easy to work out which one is which. Well, actually it isn't. They're both the same freaking length. So let's see how they were cut, because that's how we'll work it out. That's how I normally do it. Match them up and see. Right. Right, so that one. I think went to there. No. No, that one. Yeah, it's you just hate it because you come down onto here. You had one that came down onto here, came down onto there, and then you had the other one. But the problem is they both got the same place, so I think that this one here goes to there. But that's what we're going to do anyway, so there we go. But I will check. I will double check it with the circuit to see how right I am. And this one here is slightly discoloured. Yeah, more than what the other one is. Yeah, because that one there's more redder, and that one there's more redder, and that one's more discoloured. So that's right, I'm right. And this one, go to there. We don't have to worry about shielding them or sleeving them out because they're not going to go anywhere. And that's how it goes. And that's what happens when you get them wrong. You just work out by the... Let me just close that up a bit. Close that one up a bit because there's only one wire in it. There we go. I'll come and have a look at the chat in a minute. See what we're all saying. Are we soldered up there? Pretty much. I'd like to get a bit more. I'm just bend it over slightly. There we go. There we go. Take the solder off that doesn't need to be there. Give that a jiggle. And that's nice. Now this one, get that there in a position. There we go. And I can there we go. More jiggle, see if we're connected. resistor. There we go, we're going to be connected now. That's for damn sure. Let it solidify, yeah. Oh no, the resistor's still not connected. There it is. Nope. Well, it's still not soldered on. There it is. And that's what you have to check. Make sure that everything you do, you check. You don't want to be chasing your ass looking for a bloody fault that you've left there. No, that's good now. Feels like it might be loose at that end. No, that's the wire there, you can just see it. And that's definitely not loose now. That's the wire there. It's definitely not loose. But let me just touch it at the top here. There we go. That's a much better connection. Yeah, that wasn't loose anyway, but it's still nice to just make sure we can just put that there like that. And that's our two 16 UFs replaced with 22s. Some of these resistors do look a bit manky actually, and I might measure some of them. Let's see what the chat, see what's happening with the chat, because there's quite a bit built up. So I do like to stop a bit midway through and catch up and see what you're all saying. Good evening, Benji. No audio. Well, there was no audio. Yeah, oh, hang on a minute, we're not on about me here, are we? Let me scroll up and catch up properly on this. Yeah, it is. Let me just go and see where. Let's catch up on the chat. I'll move up a bit. Because there's a lot here and I've not looked. Last time I looked was good evening, Robert. Robert Cross, good evening, fella. And Chris is saying, yes, thanks everyone. Thanks everyone. God, everyone. Oh, yes, thanks God, everyone was worried and wondering if you were okay. Yeah, glad you're all right, Robert. Yeah, you'll get there, Robert. I'm absolutely certain of that, mate. Yeah, just go down here. The Benji's just come in. Hello, at this point I'm reading. Scroll down. I don't have to read all this. I'm just going to catch up. Benji's still working on the Thorns turntable. Not bad. Yeah, you missed a good day at Goulburn. Yeah, anyone who didn't go missed a good day at Goulburn. We had a right laugh. We had some fun. We had a good chat and everything, and you know, we all got some good stuff. Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that, Chris. It was great to meet people in person. You know, rather than just seeing people on video, it was great to meet and say hello in person. Absolutely, yeah. Hello, Mark. He's got an amazing RG65 dance set. Yeah, right, it's probably overloaded the amp. So it could have killed the output transformer or damaged the valve. The RG65, they have a transistorized radio in them. And they're full of they've got three AF117s in. Yeah, I generally take the radios out, throw them away and build a Bluetooth unit into them. That's what I do with those. Or if I can get the faceplate, if I can get the faceplate off a Monarch, I change them into a Monarch, just a standard record player. Because the AF117s are a pain. You can replace them with AF127s, I believe. But I never bother, I just get rid of the radio because it's AM anyway, and nobody listens to AM radio. But that sounds like it could be a damaged output transformer or a damaged valve. That's yeah. Anyone see any problem with making a radio cap into an axial cap? Not at all. Not at all, Benji. I do it myself all the time. I always use radials because you can't really get anything else these days. You know, but if you want to make a radial cap into an axial cap, you just take one of the wires, usually the negative wire I tend to go for, down the side and extend the wire. Put a bit of heat shrink tubing around it if it needs it, and then just just take it to where it needs to go. Yeah, but Chris, Chris brought more back. You brought more back than what you sold, really, though, didn't you, Chris? I mean, but that's how you do it, though. You know, you've done it right, mate. That's how it's supposed to be done. Yeah. Yeah, you always bring more back. I mean, oh, it wasn't a total fail, Chris. You know, it weren't a fail at all. You brought more back. That's normal. That's what I would have done. Right, let's go a bit further down. Costs a lot in shoe leather. Yeah, well, we all had some fun, I mean. Yeah, I could fix it, Mark, but it probably need a new transformer or a new valve. Or even the speaker itself might even be damaged. We don't know. We just don't know. you're not supposed to put speakers on them that they're not meant to have. Chris is asking what Mark needs fixing. So yes, I think he wants a Dan set RG65 doing, Chris. Quad FM 3 on the bench. Oh, that's the one with no audio. Yeah. Everybody likes quad. I do as well. Really good stuff. Right, so the speaker, it could be a simple matter of the speaker is actually just disconnected. But worst case scenario, output transformer or valve. Simplest case scenario, the twos that the speaker is just disconnected. Could even be that. So, yeah. Just looking down there to see if there's anything else that's relevant. I thought about doing a before and after video, see if it makes it. Yeah, I always do it before and after if you feel that you should do that, Chris. We're not seeing a video from Benji just yet. It'd be nice to see Benji throw something up, a video that is. Recap, probably an adjustment. I'm going to go right to the bottom here because I'm going to be here all night otherwise. Hello, Phil says, all again, no idea how you're doing. And Phil's going to say, hello Chris, I'm doing fine. Hello Theo. I better say hello to Theo. And so apparently all Mark's, yeah, good evening Theo, it's great to see you on, mate. Absolutely. Not heard of Sugden, Chris is saying. I haven't either. Right, so Mark Anderson is saying it turns on, the deck goes round, deck spins, etc. And there is noise from the speaker, but only on a gram. The radio actually worked beautifully before this all happened. Right, I've got a couple of scenarios for you here, Mark. Put it into gram and touch the live cartridge wire with your finger. Pull the wires off the cartridge and touch the cartridge wire and see if you get a hum. With the volume up, if you get a hum, then the cartridge is dead, or it's come disconnected. No, it won't come disconnected from underneath. You get out of the arm then. This probably means the cartridge is probably dead. And if you're not getting anything, when you put it onto radio, if you're getting nothing on the radio, it could be the dreaded AF117s in the radio, and it could be a coincidence that your ex put the speakers on it and at the same time them transistors decided to fail. So just perform those couple of checks and see how we go with those. See how you go with those, and then report back here on the next video, or even do it now and report back on this video. No problem. If you want to, go for it. But if you get an activity in the speaker, do you get any? Do you get any sort of like hum when you turn the volume up, and like very light hum when you turn the volume up and down on gram, Mark? You know, it would help if I knew that, because then I think I've got the service manual. I've got the service manual for the RG65. It's the same amp that was used in pretty much everything else. It uses, I think it uses an ECL82 valve, because some of the dance sets, a lot of them used an EL84, but that doesn't. If I just go to the service data, I should be able to tell you, give you some information. Let me just go to the service data. And I'm supposed to be doing that, but I don't mind taking 5 minutes out. So we're going to go to dance set. D. Dance set. RG65. It's basically the same amp. There it is. RG65. RG standing for radiogram. And it will be described in the circuit, in the description. If they give a description, they don't always do. Right. Let's talk about the RG30, the RG65 for a couple of seconds. The RG65 is a hybrid transistor valve, two-wave band plus Luxembourg band spread, depending on whether you have that option. Some of them didn't. Radiogram for operation on AC mains, we already know that. Uses a TCM cartridge and it uses an ECL82 and an FC116 metal rectifier. Power for transistors is derived from the cathode bias of output stage. Yeah. So, and it uses AF116 transistors. There is actually a little board that uses an OC71. We've got here 3 HF transistors and a crystal diode within sealed IF module, OC71, and yeah, but they are the transistors inside that module are AF117s. It doesn't say it here, but they are AF117s. But let's get to the meat of it. The amplifier. The amplifier of this. I'm not sure if I can put it on and show it you now. Let me just try something. So if I go down there, go up here, find out where it actually is. I don't know whether I can do a screen capture while I'm videoing, I'm not sure. Don't think I can do a screen capture while I'm live. Start virtual camera, what does that do? Right, start virtual camera, I don't know what that does. I've clicked it, but it doesn't seem to do much. Yeah, like that. Oh, we've gone. Let's go back. Sorry about that, folks. Oh, hang on, my camera's, where's me? Oh, hang on. Oh, no worries. Oh, hang on, that's the wrong one. Sony, there we go. I'm trying to mess about while we're talking. What I want to do, I want to go to... I'm going to have to look. Let me just go and look, see where it is. Because when I put the circuit on, we can all have a quick look. Let's just have a look where actually it is on the disc. I know I'll probably do. I should really do another video here, but in fact, if I go here, it should tell me where it is. It's on disc 4. Oh, pardon me. Disc 4. PDF. Danset. RG65. Right. I'm going to try something here. It might all go tits up and there again, it might not, but we'll see. So if I go scene, image, doesn't say file, display cap. Oh, here we are, display capture. I go there and I click on that. Then if I go to here, right, can we all see that? Wow. Don't know whether we can all see that. So if I go to that, can someone let me know if they can see that? Because I can't tell. Because it's, yeah, I don't know whether you can. Anyway, let's oh, never mind. Let's go back to our oh, hang on. Display captures, get rid of that. That's got rid of that. Hang on. There we go. Oh, could you see that, Mark? Yeah. Right, I've removed it now because I didn't think anybody could see it. Never mind. Yeah, I've removed it now because I didn't think anybody could see it. But what I'd like to do, so you can't, I don't think you can display, I don't think you can display right, so it did work then. Right, so if I click back on that, display capture, which is what I did before, and right, see it's capturing the whole display here. Hang on, there we are. It's capturing the whole display here, and I want it to just show that circuit, and I don't know whether it's doing so. Right. See, I can't really check now because, well, I can jump in between the chat. Is the circuit on the screen now? Is it on the screen now? Can you see my mouse moving about? You know, can somebody let me know that very, very quickly, and I'll whiz back to the chat and have a quick look and chat, see what you're saying. And then we'll go back to we'll go back and we'll zoom in a bit, and we'll look at this circuit. Hang on. Right, could anybody see the circuit? Be nice if somebody had let me know. Come on, lads. If you could see the circuit a second ago, I'll go back to it and I'll... Yeah, can you still see it now, Mark? Even though I'm not actually on that, can you still see it now, or have you just seen a load of bush like I can see? Right, so if we go back to the circuit now, what I'll do, I'll zoom in. The Dansett RG61 circuit, forget about the radio, don't worry about the radio. The radio's insignificant. We're only going to discuss the amplifier. So if I go to... if I click the zoomer in, oops, that's too much. Oh, maybe not. Yeah, that's too much. That's too much zoom in that. Move that into the middle and see if that gives us enough. There we are. Because the rest down there is just the radio, we're not interested in that. Right. This is the Dansett RG65. It's the same circuit that is used in the Conquest Auto for the amplifier, that is. It's the same circuit. And with the exception in the Conquest, it has two speakers in parallel, where this has one speaker. Yeah, with just one speaker. But as you can see, it's a very, very simple circuit. There's nothing there that is complicated. I mean, you have an isolation transformer. You've got the areas to look is around the ECL82 in this unit is split into two valves because the ECL82 has a bit of a preamp in it as well. I think it's a pentode and a tetrode. Am I right? I'm not sure, but I know one side's a pentode, and I think the other side is a tetrode. I'm not completely sure. Absolutely sure on that, but. Yeah, that's your that's your cathode. This is your cathode here, and this is your cathode bypass capacitor. That was a coupling capacitor, and this is your resistor. That's your resistor there. Sorry, yeah, that's right. That's your bypass resistor there, I think, if I've said it correctly. And your output transformers here, going into your anode, or as the Americans call it, the plate. Got a metal rectifier here. I normally replace those for a silicon. You've got 225 volts coming out of the transformer here, going off to your rectifier. Well, that voltage, you can get a bit more volume if you replace that without replacing the resistor with it. I don't put a resistor in these because the voltage drop. The ECL82 can take 250 volts up its anode, I believe. So, you know, and I always uprate all the components anyway, and then I basically because there's not really a lot to these amps. I generally rebuild them. I mean, you've only got 4 electrolytics in this amplifier, and 3 of them are in one can. C16, C15, and C14. They're all in one can, and then you've got this other one here, which is C11, which is a 4 microfarad, I think. It looks like it says 64, but I don't think it is. I think it's just an error. But I think it's a 4 microfarad. And but yeah, very easy amp, very simple amp to understand. You know, very easy. They have a bass and treble on these, as you know. There's a treble control here, which goes to the grid, goes to pin 1. Let's make sure I do this right, yeah. Goes to pin 1, which will be the first grid, I think, of the valve. You've got pin 9, which is the second anode. Or it could even be, yeah, be the second anode, won't it? Doesn't matter, it's an anode anyway. Pin 4 and 5 is the heater. Yeah, very easy to understand. It's a simple circuit. There's a bit more going on in most handsets. I mean, there's a lot more resistors in this one than what there is in most handsets. I mean, but a lot of them are dotted. You tend to find a lot of them resistors are actually dotted around the tone controls, the tone and volume controls. I mean, a lot of them are dotted around that. You've got your volume control here. You've got your bass control here. Where they're sending your pickup, there's your pickup socket. So they're sending your pickup in. There's your radio. This is your signal here. This dotted wire here is your signal into your radio. Because there's a radio in this. That's the wire there they're talking about. That feeds the voltage to the power supply of the radio. That's fed into C30 at 500 microfarads. That has a little bit of a preamp as well, which is what OC71 does. That's a little extra bit of a board with that transistor and a couple of bits on it. I think I've still got one knocking about somewhere. That I took out the RG65 that I did. Anyway, let's get rid of this, and let's go to the PYE and have a look at the PYE, because the PYE really is the subject. I've diverted, I've moved off the tangent, whatever else people might call it. Let's go back to the PYE and we'll look at the PYE. The PYE Record Master. If I can find it again. The good thing about the Record Master is PYE only did one of them, whereas when it comes to the black box there's bloody hundreds of them. Right, P. We are on PYE there, aren't we? PYE Record Maker. Where are you? I know it's here because I found it earlier. The thing is, you have to wade through lots of rubbish to get to where, well, not rubbish, but you have to wade through loads of it to get to where you want to be and get in near the top. But I'm not bothered, I'm going to go all the way up because I know in my look it might be up there somewhere. Black box, I did a load of them. Did a few different versions of the black box, right, so it's come down. And we'll find the record maker. It should come under there's black box. I've got a black box in my shed actually. I need to get it out and think about restoring it. Come under R, the record maker. It should be somewhere down there at the bottom, I think. I hate looking through them. My eyes are crap. Record maker, there we are. Right, and this is the PYE record maker. Right, so we'll get rid of these doofers at the side. I take it you can all see what I'm doing. That's what it would have looked like when it was new, and mine looks nothing like that. This tells you the circuit analysis, record, mains consumption, motor running, 41 watts with the motor running. It tells you about what the valves do here on record, it tells you what the valves do on playback. Circuit analysis, record, circuit analysis, playback. So we get all that there. And this is what the circuit looks like. And that shows you where your accessories are. And this one shows you this side here shows you see what the inside looks like, where the circuit is, your chassis. And I think this is that capacitor I've just replaced, 23 and 24 is what I've just replaced, and I'm going to go into replacing 4, 14 and 15 next, which is this can here. If we go down and it shows you some stuff that's under there, well, all that stuff there I can get to all that, so that's no problem. There's nothing under there in between the deck and the chassis plate, there's nothing there, so I'll get into that. This is your record deck, it's a 4-speed, it uses a Calaro. This is this is basically, I think this is your oscillator, or part of your circuit, but we'll come down to the bottom and we see the main, there's the circuit again there, optical switching link, optional switching link, sorry, not optical. My eyes, folks, my eyes. So let's come down to here. This is the circuit. Right, this is the circuit here. They don't show. It would be nice if they showed you let me zoom in a bit. It would be nice if they'd shown you the electrolytics. Oops, oh, hang on, get off. Get off. I don't want to, oh, that's it. Magnetic head, yes, it uses a magnetic head for recording, so it must do it magnetically. Or it just uses a magnetic pickup there. Yeah, so let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's move along here. We want to go to the power supply and have a look at. See, this is where I think this is the power supply. V5. That's your EZ80 valve. Got all your voltage taps here. Your switch on and off, mains input. They're actually using 225 for the gram motor, which is unusual. So it must be a 225 volt gram motor. Would work on 240, probably just go a bit fast. Would work on 230. Probably work alright on 240 as well, just go a bit quicker. And the valve 4. I'm not sure what the valve order is, I didn't look. But what we're replacing here, we've done C23 and we're doing C24. We've done C24, which was that blue one. That's what we've done so far. And we've got that resistor. That's that resistor that we soldered back into there as well. And yeah, I think it was C23. Let's go back up here and double check this. C23 and C24. Let's go back up. Because even I have this habit of forgetting. Hey! Let's go back up to the where it shows you the layout. Here we are. Yeah, 23 and 24. That's the one I replaced there, and I'm about to disappear and replace this one here, which is C4, which will be C4 14 and C15 respectively. Valve 4 is your EL84. Valve 5 is your rectifier. You've got a magic eye in there as well, which is valve 2. Valve 1 is your one of your EF valves, EF80 somewhat valves, and that's the same. EF80 somewhat, I can't remember exactly which one, but it'll show me. But we're not concerned with any of that. We're concerned with this switch here because it made a fizzing noise, so we need to clean that switch. And we need to get these other capacitors out of there. Some capacitors have been replaced. Some have been done. The motor needs a service because it's a bit stiff. And let's go back to the camera, back to the bench, and get back on with doing this. There we go. Are you going? Who's gone? Has Robert gone, or has? Oh, goodbye, Robert. I'm sorry I didn't see you there, mate. Goodbye, and have a good evening. R19 is important as the as a low pass filter with C14 for HT smoothing. Right. Right, so let's see what Mark's saying about the RG6 before I go back over to that. Because it is about electronics, and people can talk about electronics if they want, any kind of electronics. Doesn't have to be the project at hand. let's see, is there any way at all that the radio could be, oh, what? I'm going to get rid of this malware bytes, get off. Is there any way that at all, is there any way at all that the radio could be as it was, like leaving the factory, so you want it stock really? I don't blame you. I understand of course that times have changed and radio wise, and times have changed radio wise, but to have it as much as it meant to be would be magic. Yeah, you can do it, Mark. You can put them AF117s could be replaced with AF127s. You can put 127s in them and they will work. But before you worry about whether the radio's kaput, it might not be. Before you worry about that, check to make sure you get something at the cartridge. If you get something at the if you get a hum at the cartridge leads that's controllable by the volume, then you know your cartridge is dead, pretty much. And if you flick to radio and you get nothing, then it's a fair assumption that the AF117s within the module have failed. Really, you're not supposed to work on the modules, it was supposed to be sent back, because they were actually Mullard modules and they were meant to go back to Mullard if there was ever a problem with them to be repaired. But you can't do that now, so we have to take the modules apart and repair them, because you can't send them back because Mullard no longer exists. So basically there's not a lot we can do about that. But yeah, it clearly states 1955 on that. I think it's 1955 or 56 on that capacitor, isn't it? September. Made in England. Yeah. Anyway, let me get back over here to the soldering iron, and what we'll do, we'll see what value we'll see what value that capacitor is. We'll get it out. That can is. We'll get it out, and we'll get its replacements installed. And see where we go from there. Let's get the old giglets back on. Yeah, lovely. Ooh, right. So I need to turn this round because I can't work on it that way. So I'll find the best orientation for working on it. Now, let me give you a top tip, folks. Get your soldering iron cleaner. Put it under your motor board. Get your mobile phone. Get your mobile phone. Right. Get your mobile phone. Make sure your lens is clean on your camera. And what you want to do, you want to take a snapshot. Yep. You want to take a snapshot of we get a snapshot. Let's just move this wire down here. Oh no, I don't need to. It's this one here. Right. Because we want to make sure. Yeah, we can see that. There we go. Got a few pictures of that now. Always helps to take a few snapshots of what you're working on. Now what I'll do, I'll zoom. That's on the wrong camera. Let's go on to the other camera. Let's move up a bit. There we go. There we are. We're now on to the zoom out a bit. Move that soldering iron cleaner now. And what I will do, I will now zoom. There we go. Zoom out a little bit. Put that remote control there. And what I'm going to do here, what I'd like to do, I'm going to work out what I think I might do. I might replace some of these resistors because they look a bit crappy. I need to look, see what values they are. So clip this capacitor out because I just clip them out. There we go. I remember I did one once, you know. And I saw the biggest flash I've ever seen. See, that's great that. I've pulled the insulation with that, but that's no problem. I can see where it goes. So what we'll do, we'll clip that one. Ugh. And them two there go to the same place. Them two there go to the same place, so it doesn't really matter. And then we've got a brown one. We can just use that probe to get under there. Just lift it up a bit. Clip that off there. Right, and then we've got a bus bar. I might have to just desolder that from the bus bar and then solder it back on. Then we're going to heat through that with that, so what we'll do, Just, that's got it. Yeah. When in doubt, brute force and ignorance. Now what I'll do is I'll take the capacitor out. Where's me pliers? There they are. Little pliers. There we go. Yeah, this wasn't. Yeah. Don't know what value this capacitor is, we'll soon find out. And by taking the snapshot we know where it goes, all the connections go. So that's the idea, taking the snapshot. Because you can't, sometimes you can always say, yeah, I'll refer back to my video, but there are times where you can't do that. I've had that issue before today. I thought, oh, refer to my video, and you can't because you haven't got the shot you need. So take a photograph, move these screws so they don't get lost, put them in there for a minute. Don't think they'll be going back in, but you don't know that. Remove that capacitor. Now we can put a tag strip on there and put our new capacitor in. We can either have them going that way or probably have them going that way and feed the leads through. Do a nice job. So what we've got here, this is 1956 and it is 8 microfarads, 8 microfarads, 8 microfarads. I'm going to have to order this. I ain't got one of them. I ain't got 8 microfarads at 350 volts. That is for sure. So I'm going to have to order one of those. So let's see. So it's 3 times 8. So I'm going to have to order one of them. Let's see what it reads. I mean, I am replacing them. There's no two ways about it because they're out. So it might as well be replaced. I thought, you know, that's right. Yeah, 8 times 8. 3 times 8. Let's just. The only problem with having a few meters on the bench at once is you get sort of so we'll put it on the 20 UF scale, turn it on, let's see what it is. Let's connect that to the earth. Well, that one's open. Yeah, that's open. That's not reading 8 microfarad. Actually, it's not open. It's actually short. That's short, that one. Yeah, that's short. Yeah, that's short. Now let's go to this one. And that's not much better. And that's not much better. Right. I'm not going to get the ESR meter out, I'm going to get the test meter on continuity. Oh, hang on, no, it could be my mistake. I thought I'd press the 20 UF button. I'd put it on. I was on the wrong range, folks. My mistake, I was on the wrong range. I thought I was on 20 UF. I was on 2 UF. I've just, because of the angle I was looking at the meter, just changed it. So let's see now, it'll probably read okay now. So that's negative. Yeah, 8.7. .8, and this one is 8.5. So yeah, that could have stayed in, but it's out now, so I may as well get replaced. I may as well put. I haven't got any of that voltage. I don't think I've got anything. Let's have a look. I might have something a bit. I might have, if I've got any 10s, I can put them in. I don't think I have. So it looks like I'm ordering capacitors, and that's why you take photographs, so that if you have to wait a while. Now let's have a look. These here are all high voltage. What's that one there? That little one. What are these? 390 UF. 35 UF. See, none of these are going to be at the voltages that I've got that I need. I need high voltages. 50 volts, 10 UF. See, it's 50 volts. You see, they would work if they were. If they were another 300 volts, I'd be able to have it all. But they're not, so I can't use them. What are these green ones? What are these? 16 volts. Well, I'll discount the rules them out straight away. Right, I'm going to have to order. I know I haven't got them in value in stock. So right, well, let me just pop on, see if the capacitor supplier I use has got them. 10 UF will do it. I need 3, and I think you have to buy a minimum a pack of 5. So that's no problem. Let me just check to see if my usual supplier has got them. We'll find out. Let's just go to eBay, see if I can. I mean, there's no point in putting 50 odd year old capacitors back in. If they're out, they may as well be replaced. If they're out, they may as well be replaced. I'm going to shoot off soon. I'll just get these looked at, and then I think I'll make a move. It's getting on a bit now. eBay. Capacitors. Right, so what I want to find is purchase history. Go to the supplier that I bought the last lot from. Let's scroll down, see if he's still in the list. If not, there he is. Right. Select capacitance, and I want to do the ones I want. It does them at 10 microfarad, so we can get them at 10. Pack of 5, and he's out of stock of the 450. is out of stock of the 450 ones, the 400. So we got the 250 volt ones, and what was the rating on that? It was 350, wasn't it? I mean, it says 350 working, maximum working, but doesn't mean to say. I reckon the 250 ones will do it. And how much are them? 130 each for a pack of 5. I'll tell you what, let's you never know when you need. Oh, he's only got them in packs of 5, so let's go for the quantity. 2 available. Let's buy the 2 he's got. 2. And that comes to, yeah, I'm happy with that. Yeah, you're not going to get, they've only put that value in because that's what they had. Confirm. Oh, hang on. I hope I've got enough to cover it, because I'm running very low on funds. I should just have enough to cover these. My reckoning's right. Yep. They're in. They'll be here in a few days, so we'll get back onto that as and when I get them. Right. There's no more I can do now, folks. I'm waiting for those. So what I might do is put that to one side, and tomorrow perhaps service the record deck. Yeah, it'd be nice to see radio spares shops come back, wouldn't it? You know, where we could go and buy all the stuff we needed rather than having to mess about. But there again, I don't really mind, to be honest with you. I don't mind, yeah, it'd be a good idea, but I don't mind, I agree. But I don't mind just ordering my stuff on eBay, waiting a couple of days. I'm quite happy to do that. I mean, it would be nice to have some electronic shops. For those like my old mate Fred who doesn't have the internet. Because whenever Fred wants anything, I do it for him. Well, they have to, don't they? They have to teach computers in school because computers is the way of the world, isn't it, Benji? You know? At the end of the day, it's the way of the world. That computers is the way things have gone, so they've got to teach that. That's a given, that, isn't it? Anyway, let's turn the soldering iron off because there's no point in being on. Because there's nothing else I can do now until those capacitors turn up. And we'll get them in, and we'll see where we go from there. Because once I've replaced those, I'll go through, I'll check that, so I'll clean that switch and I'll check any resistors I'm not happy with. Probably do the resistors off camera checking them all off camera and make a note and have a look at the circuit. I'll probably print the manual out if I can find some paper to put in the printer. I'll probably print the manual out tomorrow. Anyway, hello George. Yeah, nice to, he's saying good morning. Hello George. What are you like? Yeah, it's, yeah, that's the George, I can't pronounce his last name, Christophe. George Christophe. Yeah, that's the guy who was, yeah, you're the guy that was selling the meters, the stuff at the Goldborn on the weekend. Yeah. Yeah, you're having a good day, sir. And I think I'm going to leave it here because there's not really a lot else I can do. There's not really much else I can do because I can't do much more with that till those capacitors turn up and we get them in and pardon me. You know, but I'm going to leave it there, folks, because I've got other things I want to go and do before the end of the night. You all take it easy, and I shall catch you later. And remember, if you haven't subscribed and you want to, go ahead and do so. If you have, if you want to know about when I'm going to prop up, just click the bell. You'll get notified. Thank you very much. You all take it easy and enjoy the rest of your evening and have a better one tomorrow. Join me tomorrow, folks, when we'll look at probably something else because then capacitors won't get here in the morning. You're not allowed metal work, George. Why not? Anyway, like I say, you all take care and stay safe, and I'll catch us all. I'll catch us all on the next one. Bye for now, folks. I should play the national anthem at the end, shouldn't I? I might do one night. No matter, I'll get done for copyright on it. Catch you later. Bye now.